Hey guys, Liam with Team Bazooka here today with another Age of Mythology cast. We've got another 2v2 game. This time it's not on migration like it was last time. Not sure if there's even water on this map at all. Basically, again, we've got the two teams here. We've got red and blue versus teal and green. Blue and red are going to be playing Norse and Egyptian respectively, and green and teal are going to be Greek and Atlantean. So we've got one from every major culture here, which is going to make things pretty interesting. So, of course, with Age of Mythology, it's a little bit of a slow start, but it's always interesting to see, how everyone's going to start up their economies here. Of course, with the Norse going for the temple right away, getting that first advancement to classical is always going to be important. That's when you get access to most of your basic military units, not until you advance once. And the temple is going to be the important first stepping stone there for everybody. Just switching between each town center now, seeing where everyone's at. Blue is definitely, taking the initiative here, going very fast. He's got a house, temple set up. Pretty decent gathering going on here as well. Looks like we've got some economy going on here with red and green. And teal with some good scouting going on, harvesting these zebras down here, but does look like it's going to be blue who's advancing first. No sign of actually advancing yet, making sure he's getting a good economy first. And we do see some good scouting here from teal. He's already spotted one settlement that'll be useful. If he can grab that before blue, it's going to be a really big advantage in the tug-of-war they'll be playing between their bases there. Green found one as well. Looks like everyone's actually found their first expansion here, their first settlement. So keeping up here, looking at the resources, it looks like green is the only one who's actually getting close to being able to advance. Usually, though, you're looking at about 10 villagers before you want to advance, and that's about what blue has here. As a matter of fact, you can get dwarves, which actually mine gold faster. Villagers can do it, but dwarves are much more efficient at it, and that's a Norse-only thing here. So altogether, they do have over 10. Everyone's getting around that point now, so let's go to production here, see if anyone's going to be working on doing that advancement yet. Nope, nobody's advancing just yet, which is a-okay. If nobody else is going for it, there's no reason to rush it. I always like Age of Mythology. Very sort of relaxed start to it. You've always got to be on the top of your game, but there's nothing wrong with making sure you get your economy set up properly and everything. And it looks like teal is now getting in here with one of his scouts. Blue is going to take him out with that Ulfsark. Not messing around, doesn't want him sneaking around there, harassing his villagers. And Ulfsarks, being military units, do make very effective scouts. And they can build as well, so that's always great. And now we have Red's priest pass through here. Got a good look at this little operation he's got set up here. I don't know if he's going to go ahead and actually try to harass those villagers. Probably not going to be able to kill them all, or any of them if they turn on him. But so right now we're still just doing some scouting. Everyone's just getting familiar with where each other are at. And blue is definitely keeping up with the food production, and yes, of course. Alright, so blue is advancing now, and I figured that because he had very little food there. And it's only 400 food that you need to do to make the first advancement, so that's usually a sign of what that is. And now we have teal advancing as well, green advancing, and red. Red is not advancing yet, and he's not already advanced, so looks like red is going to be behind on this one. Oh, no, there we go. He's got the Anubis research started. So he's going to be last in line, but not by a lot. Just a game of scouts right now, anyway. Okay, so blue is the first to advance now, and blue is going to be quite close to teal, actually. I didn't realize how close they were to each other. Looks like teal's expanding close to the settlement. He wants to get his name on it. I wouldn't be surprised if that villager is going to go build that right now. Let's see if that's what he's going to do. Because getting that settlements early on are very valuable. Defenses, as well as having the population bonuses and being turning points for resources and the like. So they're very strategically and militarily important. Now he's definitely just waiting there to have enough resources to build that. He should have enough, actually. I'm looking here. He must have something else in mind. Basing on his resources, he probably has enough, though. And now red is advanced as well, so everyone is finally in the classical age together. Except for green. Green is still waiting. Right. Isis. This is actually a familiar build with the usual progression path I take here that red's taking, with Isis here going with Anubis as the first god, and of course you have Isis as your base god, so you get prosperity. Gonna save that till later, of course, because prosperity is gonna give him a big bonus to his mining operations, and those mining operations, you know, with only a few villagers there now, probably not gonna be worth the god power. Okay, let's see here. So he's building his barracks. He's already got one up, and 2 Prometheans. Oh, 3 Prometheans. Alright, so Teal's military is pretty much ready, and I'm not seeing any sign of that from Blue yet. He's got a few scouting Ulfsarks and a troll, but they're going to need to start building your militaries up real fast now, because Teal, of course, playing very aggressively to secure this first settlement. And I'm wondering if he knows about this settlement down here, too, because Blue might be able to, you know, cut his losses by taking that settlement as well. And of course, he does have one on the backside here as well. So, and now Green has you know, Jason, the hero Jason, of course, guarding these settlers while they are building a new settlement. So Green is being quick to advance as well. So far, Red and Blue not looking like they're doing too good here on the aggression front. But, okay, so they got a Herseer out. Herseer are very good against myth units, and you're going to see here that the Herseer is actually doing a lot of damage to the Promethean. But the Terma are now being pumped out as well, and it looks like they're actually upgraded as well. Yes, they are upgraded. Okay, so it definitely looks like Teal has the advantage here size-wise, but with the Herseer being added into Blue's army, it's going to make it difficult for him, because as I say, Herseer are very good against myth units. His army being primarily Prometheans, you know, they're going to split in half, so that makes them, you know, still pretty effective. But those Herseer, you know, 1-for-1, definitely going to be going right through those Prometheans. And over here, you know, as I say, Green did advance, and he's even setting up some farms here, so he's not feeling too shy about what's going on over here with Red. But Red doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot to stop him now. Finally got his barracks being built over here, 2 barracks. Double his output of soldiers. But neither Red nor Green here, scanning around, have actually started to build the armies they're going to be using to fighting each other. So, much more intense front going on down here. Of course, the Terma are going to be harassing these blue units, not able to get close enough to those watchtowers. Probably looking now to see if there's any opportunity to get behind and actually do some damage to those villagers. Or maybe just hide and wait until they get another opportunity to come up here and attack those soldiers from the flank. Now, of course, hitting the villagers would make a big difference here, and I'm sure those Terma, if they came over here and hit these blue villagers, and it looks like that's what they're going to do, probably going to do some damage here. And this early in the game, even though we're not really that early, but it's still going to be, you know, you don't want to be losing villagers, especially not all these villagers. I'm going to be surprised if he doesn't try to get them away soon. Yeah, there we go. 1 down so far. Wonder if we'll be able to kill that ox cart. He's going to have to chase it into the range of that watchtower. It's going to be dangerous. He'll probably let it go. Unless it actually doesn't go the right direction. And there is Red with his prosperity power. Now he's got a lot more villagers on the gold mine. He's not going to bother taking off his other villagers from the farm. Still needs his food supply. But while that god power is up, he is going to be able to gather faster from that gold mine. So let's just take a look here. Again, really good economy here with Green. You know, he's got some hero units. The Centaur, Jason. Couple of Toxotes here, the arrows, the archers. Sorry, but still, again, not a really big army going on in this front. They don't seem to be too much of a rush to get in each other's faces here. Meanwhile, down here, you know, Teal is doing a lot to harass, and of course, Blue has a decent little army here, can probably defend himself. But on the other front, looks like, as I suspected, Teal's already got another army coming up here. So those Terma did a good job to distract Blue, while he built up another small force that's going to be able to take out these. And it actually looks like these Prometheans are going to be doing some decent damage. And since they split up, they can actually, you know, last longer to take out these watchtowers. Makes them a bit tanky. They don't really have you know, the best defense to arrows. It's pretty decent, but the best part is when they split, it gives them, you know, total a lot more HP. They can last a lot longer under that fire. And as you just seen there, Teal deconstructed one of the barracks that was making unit there for blue. So things are not looking good for blue. And these Terma are going to be continuing their harass too. So Teal is definitely on the top of his game right now. Now, I hadn't even bothered to take this settlement because he's been, you know, doing a lot of damage here, keeping blue really contained. It looks like red is sending a goat to blue, possibly to help him out there, get him some more food. Blue is short on food, so that makes sense here. And it looks like red has finally made his attack. He is fighting underneath the settlement, and so I don't know if it's going to be enough to break through here, especially with Jason dishing out some damage to these axemen over here. But no, it's not looking like red is going to be winning this fight. There's a noble try, but again, under the watch of the settlement, you're going to be getting a lot of extra damage there. And if you focus on the settlement, the army's going to rip you to shreds. Never a good idea to fight near the settlements. You know, unless you have some sort of siege mechanic that's going to be able to take it out. Red, of course, lacking, you know, military now to be able to make a counterattack. So he better hope that green doesn't push his luck here. Going in between those towers, you definitely get in here, hit these exposed miners, and that would do some serious damage to red's economy. So again, looks like Team 2, which is green and teal, doing a lot to keep these guys contained, and that's going really well in their favor. The only thing they're doing now is they're using these are actually snakes that were used by Anubis's god power. They're basically just going to spawn, and they don't run out of time. They'll last forever, but you can't control them. So they're just going to stay in that spot until Teal kills them. So that was Red's effort to help his teammate out. Huh. You know, good variety in this army here. The catapultes for the cavalry. You have the Terma for the harass. I wonder, does he still have? No, he does not have any additional Terma down there to harass with. Getting the Dwarven Armory up now. I don't know, he must be aiming to get those upgrades built, because he's definitely not going to be able to pull out another advancement with this little food. And he's really not got the income here in the food to both build the army to defend himself and advance, you know, at the rate he's going. It's just this few farms here. Although he does have enough money, he could probably build a few more farms. You know, he's really cramped in for space here, but let's see, what's he building here? Watchtowers? Yeah, he's going to need those for sure, because Teal's really keeping him contained here. So let's go see what's going on up here with red and green. Red's watchtowers here, defending them, of course. Going to be right in this no man's land here between the settlement and the watchtower. But it does look like green's army is going to be a little bit better. Let's see how this goes out. Green just put down his underworld passage, which is going to let him bring reinforcements straight from his main base. And I'm trying to see here where he placed that. I don't actually see where he put that. It might have been over here. Oh, yes. So this is going to let him actually move troops back and forth with Teal. So that'll be even more useful. And there, sure enough, Teal's army is coming through with green now to finish the, the final blow here. So if, lacking troops here, red's really going to need blue to pull up his socks and go ahead and force their advantage here. Take out that underworld passage possibly, and push into this base here where Teal's at. And he's going to push the advantage now while Teal and green are together. Now this could be a trap, but I definitely think that this might be the end of the game here for red with this kind of army. But let's see what he can do here. Keeping his villagers out in the field, not bothering to call them back in yet. Probably trying to keep them distracted. Oh wait, nope, here we go. They're pulling back now because blue has been baited out of his base. And let's see, is he going to fight them or is he going to retreat? Well, they did take out a few units, and they are hitting that villager here, but they are just way outnumbered. So right now, if we just take a look at the units on the field right now, you will see that red had 0, 13 for blue, and on the other hand, we've got 71, 76 for green and teal. So not going in, the advantage of Team 1 at the moment. But let's see how this turns out. Definitely, you know, a matter with blue today. Very early on, Teal was pushing in there, keeping him contained. And that looks like he had to spend more resources on defense than actually building the army that he's going to need to defend himself. And that's why you see this big gradient here. And now that both armies are combined, there's really, you know, it's not looking good, you know, for other words here. And he's even deconstructing some of Blue's barracks here. Well, I mean, Red is reconstructing his defenses here, reestablishing his army. But in the amount of time that he has, definitely curious about whether or not he's going to be able to, you know, make something that's going to compare to this combined force. Now, luckily, Blue did escape. Blue is running away here. He's got one Herseer, one Ulfsark, going to be possibly trying to resettle, although Red did take this settlement, so I don't think it's going to be possible. All the way down here, probably not going to be able to defend that, realistically, unless Teal and Green don't find out about it. But for sure, it's looking like this base is going to be lost, so those Dwarven armories are going to be gone, and even taking out all these villagers here one at a time. Settlement's about to go down. Probably going to be able to inflict some casualties. Oh, wait, there we go. So that was Green. Just put the ceasefire power on. I wonder why he did that. Interesting. Was something going on up here? No, I can't see any discernible reason why he would have done that. But, you know, giving Blues some time to escape. Interesting. Doesn't seem to have been any sort of counterattack, however. Hopefully Red hasn't forgotten about these guys over here. Oh, no, they're all dead. That's... Oh, you know what? He probably did that, actually, to kill off those ancestors. That was actually pretty clever. Now, those ancestors are going to be dead. Not really going to make a difference for Blue's base anyway. So, that's probably what he was doing there. Killing off those ancestors, you know, by playing the time out with the ceasefire. Wasn't giving them a chance to come in here and do the damage they wanted to do. And now, the villagers are dead. And Teal even going so far as to build watchtowers around the settlement. So, Red sending in some reinforcements here. Not sure what good they're going to do. A little bit outnumbered, but there they are, fighting off some of the Hibaspists and getting killed by the Terma. So, let's take a look here. Blue, all of his villagers he had hiding in there. Looks like he's having a hard time deciding between sending them to his settlement, trying to get them to escape. If Green chases them over to the settlement, it's probably going to be GG for him. He really can't afford to let them find it. Not that they probably won't soon. Red constructing a Migdol stronghold over here to just, you know, defend that flank, and one up here as well. So he's really turtling now, and hopefully Blue can get some sort of defenses set up. With Age of Mythology, it's possible to do, you know, an effective turtle. It's not like Stronghold, or sorry, StarCraft, where you're going to be seeing those mineral lines running out really quickly, or reasonably quickly. This, you actually can feasibly make, you know, a turtle strategy work. But right now, it's a matter of whether or not they can get a viable defense set up in, you know, quick enough time in comparison to how fast this army is upgrading and growing. And I'm sort of skeptical, but I'm curious to see how this plays out. Alrighty, and Ara, for lack of better words, which is Teal, is advanced to the heroic age, so he's going to have access to another bunch of economic benefits, such as the marketplace, generating himself unlimited resources, basically, gold, namely, and, you know, more upgrades for his troops. So this settlement now belongs to Teal. That much is for certain. Let's see what Blue can do with the short amount of time he has before Teal comes knocking on his door. Red, on the other hand, definitely taken... Oh, no, there goes his Migdol stronghold already. These infantry are all it's going to take, by the looks of it, to take out Red's primary fortress as well. No sign of an army from Red either. So right now, we're just looking at Green making an attack and no sign of Teal's reinforcements. Not feeling it's going to be necessary, actually. Looking like the Pharaoh is the last military unit he might have left. And the Pharaoh is dead. The king has died. Huh. So he's just taken a very straightforward approach to taking out this settlement, just using infantry, no siege weapons. Not going to be necessary in this case anyway. He's just taking that thing down way too fast. Not seeing a lot of casualties on the green front either. And we do see another green force rushing up here past the Migdol stronghold, inflicting some damage on these villagers. No attention on blue yet still, which is good. Blue's going to want to stay hidden for a little while, understandably so. But again, no sign of resistance here on the red base as the green forces come in, just crushing them. Looks like the Migdol stronghold did make some camels, actually. Camels are pretty good units, actually, very effective against cavalry and archers together. But these hippaspists are not going to, they're not going to stand down lightly. These Scorpion Men, very effective units actually, lots of damage output because of their poison stinger sort of attack. Just a matter of numbers, unfortunately, for these ones. They're going to get completely surrounded, taken out just like the camels. Was a good defense, though, and it looks like it could have been a little bit closer. Oh, he's built another army already, and this time with elephants. Going to be hurting for resources for that, though, as you can see here. Definitely falling behind the other team. Elephants are very expensive on the food, and he is losing a lot of his food production here. As you can see, he's at 40, 41, 130. Okay, where did he get that? Huh. Well, he's got a decent amount of food, just not enough income to sustain, rebuilding an army like this repeatedly. So let's see, this next encounter going to be interesting here. One Colossus on the field, couple of infantry. The infantry probably not going to be able to stand up to the combined might of all of these elephants, but that Colossus probably going to cause some trouble. And he's going right for the settlement. He's not messing around at all. And finally, Teal came through with his destroyer infantry, which are basically like siege infantry, taking out that settlement without even blink of an eye. We missed it. And now blue is basically, he's got nothing left. Couple of military units potentially. I don't see any. I just see these villagers here, and they're getting taken out. So red's final stand here. The elephants are doing what they can against these green legions here, the Greeks, but they're falling with their backs to the settlement here, and soon, looks like we just got a GG from red. Yes, so that was red. Just said, didn't say good game actually, but he resigned, and now we're looking at, Teal has an elephant. Where did he get that elephant? He must have a unit that takes control of it. Oh no, change. It's the turncoat power. Traitor. God power. Took control of one of red's elephants. He wasn't using them anymore anyway. He's out of the game now. Blue is still hanging on in the game right now. I'm wondering if he's going to make them kill every last villager. Oh my god, look up here. He's got a settlement being built up here. Got a couple of his military units off. I'm curious what he's planning. Not going to be... okay. What we can see here is green was just given omniscience. And omniscience is going to let him see all of his enemy's stuff. Namely, this little, defensive settlement he had up here. Nice try. Not really going to have enough resources. No generation of resources at all. And that is GG. So... what we see in there, again, just a matter of defensive players and offensive players going head-to-head. Offensive strategies are always taking, about taking control and containing your enemies, and that's exactly what we've seen here. Not so much with red at the start, but with blue for sure. Keeping those terminals around the perimeter and harassing those infantry, those villagers, and also having, slowly building up that army so that while blue is chasing around these harassing terma, what's he going to do when this army that Teal's been building up right slow comes in to deliver the fatal blow? And that's exactly what happened here when you could see his attack coming from the settlement here before there was even the settlement built, coming over and actually wiping out the Blues' defenses while they were down here dealing with the Terma. So again, really good game, always fun to watch. It was unranked for me because I was observing, but this was a ranked game. And let's see, before we go, just some chatter here between the other guys, and I am just going to communicate with them right quickly. to say, you guys, thanks for playing, and alright, well, thanks for tuning into Team Bazooka as we do some Age of Mythology casts, and see you next time.